Hello and welcome back to another video. You can guess what I'm at by what's behind me there, but yeah, I'm just down in the field now that I moved the cattle out of yesterday. I just moved them on to the next section and they did a decent job in here. To be honest, maybe I could have left them another day or so, but I know I'm only feeding into their fussiness, but they really did want to go, and when the weather is as bad as it is, I'm more inclined to give in to them a little bit so that they're that bit happier. But I'm out with the mulcher today. This is the last time this field will get a mulching. So I'll do this section anyway and I'll follow them as they're going. Where I'm standing now, some people will remember that video from, was that early last year? Where this was all the scrub area. It was just a mess of briars and furze and things like that, and we took all that out, dug it up and reseeded it, but it is struggling big time this year actually. And lads, I'm standing in it now and the amount of little furze I'm seeing coming up is ridiculous. Wow. So it's no harm, I'm giving it a good mulching now. But yeah, it's really struggling. You can kind of see the cattle haven't fed it down very well, which is very unusual for reseeded ground, especially when we're in the middle of kind of bad ground. They would typically come in here and absolutely clean this place before they go on to anything else. But it's quite yellow. We've given it nitrogen, we've given it plenty, we've given it P and K as well to try and bring it along. We were hoping to give it slurry earlier in the year, but then we were just kind of thinking it was a bit awkward to get the tanker down to here and the trees that we left in the middle of it and stuff, so we didn't do that, and it probably badly needed it. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the farmyard manure on it, which should be even better again. The only thing is I don't have a whole lot of it this year, so I'll have to try and stretch it somewhat, but I do think it will be good for it. So the plan for me now anyway is to mulch the whole lot of it anyway, and then after I've it mulched I'll come in with the farmyard manure and just let that be doing its thing over the winter, rotting into it, and hopefully it'll be a different patch of ground. It's only just over the ½ an acre, it's not a massive patch of ground, but it's a pity to kind of see it like this now. Because it was great. It was great last year and it was great early this year as well. But again, I suppose we weren't feeding it as well as we should be as well, because we've had so much grass, so it was left go for too long. But look, these things happen. Well, I have the mulching done and I'll be honest, it's a fairly rough job done. It is just too wet really. And I've cut up some bits, alright. I was trying to avoid it by lifting and keeping it up ever so slightly, which I don't like doing anyway because it's quite heavy on the tractor. But I did want to get this done, so I was trying to keep it high, but then because it's so uneven, it was difficult to even do that. And then I did not want to be cutting lines through this part, so it actually just hasn't really mulched it down as much as I wanted it to. I mean, I can see the grass sitting on top where it has mulched, but it's just not quite as tight as I wanted it to be. but it did get the furze and it got the rushes as well. So I suppose that's the main thing really. But it's done now. Yeah, rough enough to be honest. Hopefully by the time I mulch where the cows are now, it might have dried up a bit if that good weather does materialise, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to mulch anymore, to be honest. It's just not worth it. Oh yeah, there's a fair bit of grass there actually. Funny story actually, I was running low on diesel, so I said I'd go up and get some, and on my way down there was a hire car and I pulled in to let it pass me and they stopped, and it was actually a subscriber who lives and works in Singapore. Can you believe that? And he just so happened to be out this way. His mother is still in Ireland, about maybe 20 minutes from here. And he recognised the gaiter and my blonde ponytail. And yeah, it's so funny, like somebody from Singapore watching my videos. Well, he's English. Well, he was brought up in London, but he's living in Singapore now and working over there, but home to visit his mom. But I just thought it was the funniest thing yet to just bump into him randomly like that. It's a small world. But anyway, I'm going to head up now, and I think I will. Can you see the marking I've done here? I've actually, there's sections that I just, you might be able to see the rushes behind me. I just didn't even bother going over them because I said I'd only make things worse. But I'll go up now, and I think I'll put the mini muck spreader on the 135, and then I'll decide if I actually go spreading today or tackle something else. I did not do great now with the first lot of loading there, or even the first lot of spreading. I am not going up and down the field anymore. Sure, I forgot the weight would tip the front of it, so I'll go side to side in the field. And here I'm just trying to load it or line it up so that the forks are directly in line with the spreader. Not easy again. I'm short on space just because the bales are coming out so far, so we'll see. I might just do a bit more manoeuvring with the tractor in order to line it up, but it can't go much worse than the first one surely, so it can only get better. I did 4 loads yesterday and got tired of it, so I'm back out early now this morning to just get it finished. I've 2 loads gone already this morning, and I'd say maybe 3 more there or thereabouts, and it'll be done. So I will, I'd say, just about cover the space. It's not getting a thick layer or anything, but it's getting enough, I think. I do need to make a confession. That 390 is staying where it is. I am using the pike to fill it from now on, because I have more, you know what, around the place than I do inside in the spreader, and it's just really awkward. I probably should have used the box this year. I thought the dung fork would be better, but because it's actually rotted down really well, which is great, but because it's rotted down so well, the forks aren't great for it. Plus I've nothing to push it against to kind of, you know, get it in and scoop it up. So I know it'll be harder on the body, but I just don't have the patience for the tractor, so I'm just going to pike it. And it's actually even quite difficult to pike it because the stuff is so rotted down. It's kind of falling through the forks even. But yeah, I'm gonna get a bit of a workout in now for the next couple of hours. Well, that's the job done for this year anyway, which is great. I just about had enough in it to do the whole lot. As I said, it's not an overly thick layer or anything, but as you can see, it is fairly consistent across the whole place. So hopefully that will be doing it a bit of good now over the winter and rotting down into it, and it should look a bit better now come springtime compared to what it was there anyway. But yeah, I'd say I hand piked in 4 loads there, so I did half and half with the tractor, half by hand, but it was grand. But yeah, that's that done, and I'll get on to the next thing now.
I wasn't planning on doing this job on the day, but my dad kind of nabbed me and I said, you know what, it'd be better off to just get it done. So we've been talking about fixing up the electric fence because it kept getting cut with the lawnmower. So I said for a long time that I'd bury it. So here I'm just drilling out a hole out of the shed. We'll put in a new wire, dig it slightly underground just to keep it out of harm's way, and connect it up, and that's what I'm doing here.
Now I have my few bits and pieces in here anyway, so look, it's out of the way. Nana will be happy. I'm not blocking her view out anymore. So she's been giving out to me about the muck spreader being there for a long time. I actually took a few days to make this video because cleaning this thing out just took me forever. But you will see it is pretty much like new, in fairness. So, but I wanted it nice and clean for the winter because I didn't want anything rotting on it or whatever. So it's in perfect condition there now. But yeah, a dirty job. But yeah, this is my yard, and while I'm in here, I just want to say thanks a million to everyone who wished me well with the project and giving your opinions and advice, and it's been a great help, honestly. It's given me a lot to think about. I think I've already changed where I want to put it. I think I've already changed what I want to put in. So yeah, the next phase is to try and get someone out to do it. It's proving very difficult. Obviously people are busy at the moment, but hopefully the professionals can help me out, because yeah, as I said, people have given me a lot to think about and have given me a lot of headaches, to be honest, because I am thinking about it probably morning, noon and night now at the moment. But look, it's all good, and hopefully I can make a bit of progress soon enough. But my earless cat is here. Say hello. Isn't she so cute even without her ears? But I think I'll leave this video here. Not a whole lot going on, but nice to get those few jobs done. Glad to get the muck done, out of the way and spread, and it can be working its magic over the winter. But as always, thank you for watching. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.